In today's video, we're answering a question that we get all the time. Is $850,000 enough to retire and never work again?
We've crunched the numbers, analyzed thousands of real-life retirement scenarios, and what we found might surprise you. $850,000, when structured properly, can actually go a lot further than most people think.
That's exactly right, John. That's why we're breaking this down today. We'll show you how $850,000 in your retirement portfolio can actually provide lasting security, the strategies that can make it work, and how you can decide if you're ready to walk away from work for good.
So let's dive in.
So let's start with what $850,000 can actually do. If we use a conservative 3.5% withdrawal rate, you're looking at around $30,000 a year in sustainable income.
Now, to some, that may not sound like a lot, but when you layer that in with Canada Pension Plan, old age security, the picture changes dramatically. The average individual might get about $1,900 a month from both Canada Pension and old age security, and that could be more than $22,000 a year.
Consider a couple. You're looking at approximately $40,000 to $45,000 a year in combined CPP and old age security benefits. Add that to the $30,000 that you're getting from your portfolio, that's around $70,000 a year.
Yeah, and so why are we still hearing that you need $2 million to retire? It's because a lot of retirement projections don't account for reduced spending in retirement, no more commuting, maybe some lower taxes, and paid off mortgages.
On top of that, financial calculators and industry advice are often designed to err on the side of caution. Why? Because if they convince you to save more, guess who gets to manage more of your money?
Exactly. Key takeaway here, CPP, OAS, and some modest withdrawals make $850,000 far more viable than people believe. At the end of the day, it all comes down to how much you spend.
Exactly. So we've shown you what this portfolio can actually generate. Let's look at the strategies that can make it last.
So longevity is the name of the game here. So how do we stretch $850,000 over 30 years of retirement?
Well, you have to start with a smart investment approach. You want diversification, some growth and some income, to outweigh the market volatility. What's a common portfolio allocation that we use for our clients? 60% stocks, 40% in bonds.
Then you layer in a withdrawal strategy. The old 4% rule, still a decent starting point, but adjusting based on market conditions, what we call dynamic spending, gives you a little bit more control as well.
If you can, try to pull back in the bad years. Spend a bit more when the markets are strong. That level of flexibility could add years to your portfolio.
Some people choose to operate through annuities as well and try to get some degree of guaranteed monthly income. It could be like a private pension, but at the same time, it could provide less flexibility in your retirement, but the option's there for some.
Having that guaranteed income at least gives you that guaranteed amount, that income floor, if you will, that takes pressure off your investments, giving the growth assets time to do their thing.
Yeah. And if you feel like you're in this situation now and have no idea what the next step is for your specific situation, we've put together another video that walks through exactly how to build out your retirement plan. And look, the worst thing you can do is delay your retirement out of fear. So to learn more, click the link in the description after this video.
John, let's talk about lifestyle. What kind of life can you actually afford with an $850,000 retirement portfolio?
Well, with $30,000 from your portfolio, and up to $45,000 from CPP and OAS, many couples can be looking at approximately $70,000 to spend each year. The average retiree household spends about $52,000, so yeah, it's fairly doable.
We hear it all the time. Location is everything. Living in a lower cost region or downsizing can make your dollars go way further.
Housing is going to be the biggest lever. If your mortgage is gone and you relocate to somewhere more affordable, the savings are absolutely massive.
And let's not forget about healthcare. Most couples will need approximately $185,000 to $400,000 to cover retirement healthcare.
That's why it's critical to budget for healthcare. Shop for the right plans, consider some medical insurance or maybe even dental insurance. In these times during your retirement, it's made when you need it the most.
Understanding how to adapt is what makes the difference. Let's look at how to protect your retirement from inflation and market swings.
Absolutely. Inflation's real. In 2023, it was about 6%, and that was a major hit to purchasing power for Canadians.
At that point, what do? You build an inflation protection right into your plan. You delay your CPP benefits, your old age security benefits, to boost that benefit, and use investments like dividend stocks or real estate.
You also want to protect against what's called the sequence of returns risk, potentially losing money early in retirement if there's going to be some market fluctuations at that time.
And that's where what we talk about, the bucket strategy, it can help. Keep 2 to 3 years worth of living expenses in something very safe. cash or bonds, so you're not in a position to sell stocks when the market's dropping.
Yeah, we utilize this strategy often with our clients where maybe they have money in their RIFs or money that they're going to draw on. We talk about that 60-40 balance portfolio. That gives us the opportunity to draw from the bonds of the portfolio to give the stocks time to recover. So now that you've seen how these strategies can help make $850,000 last throughout your retirement, let's look at how to actually apply this to your life. Start by tracking your spending. That's the foundation of every good retirement plan.
Next, run a stress test on your portfolio. Can it handle 3.5% withdrawals? How would it perform in a down market?
Then look at your income mix. Where's it coming from? Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, what's guaranteed, and what's market dependent.
You want to reduce pressure on your investments by having income sources from many different places.
And finally, mindset. Retirement success isn't about spending big, it's about living well within your means.
Being flexible, having purpose, and relationships matter far more than any retirement calculator can show you.
Now that you understand the true potential of an $850,000 retirement portfolio, you can make an informed decisions about whether this is enough for you to never have to work again.
As always, if you do want more help planning your dream retirement in Canada, watch our short video by clicking the link below. We'll show you how to take all these strategies and turn them into a custom plan that works for your life.
We'll see you in the next video.